Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Manchester United 2, Everton 0. Yeah, disappointing. I've said everything I need to say over on the instant match reaction. If you haven't already watched that, make sure you check that out after this video. Well, let's get into the player ratings. Jordan Pickford made some big saves in this game. Made 6 saves. One from a free kick in the first half was particularly good. Some of them were, ones you would expect them to save. Goals prevented 1.32 according to SofaScore, which you can download right now from the link in the description. Yeah, I mean, he did what he had to do. Obviously, 2 penalties, got quite close to the first one, but just didn't have enough. And the second one, Rashford put it in the other corner. I mean, what can you do? He's been beaten by 2 penalties by two different opponents. Yeah, I thought he'd done well. Today. I said it's one that he came out of his box and cleared in the second half as well, which I thought he'd done really well for. So again, no real issues whatsoever with Jordan today. And as I said, that was a big save from the free kick in the first half. But obviously, what can you do? We've said loads of times he's had good games and we've still been beaten. So one of those days today. So Jordan Pickford, I would give a 7.7 for today's performance. Ben Godfrey, someone I wouldn't have picked for this game. Give one of the penalties away. I didn't think he had a particularly good game. I thought he was very rash. I thought he was poor on the ball. I mean, he did get up and down the right-hand side. You can see his heat map there. He does get up and down. I think that's why the manager likes him, is because he can get up and down, whereas maybe some of the other options don't always look like they can. He does get shots off as well. He's a couple of shots there he's taken. But I just thought I just don't think either of our fullbacks offer enough. And if you're playing someone he plays him because at the end of the day, he's got the pace to get up and down the pitch, and the manager likes that clearly. I think today he should have brought Seamus Coleman back into the fold. The lad can't pass, can he? He just doesn't seem to be able to pass. He's 79% pass accuracy from 66 touches. Won 2 of his 4 ground duels, won 2 of his 2 aerial duels. Possession lost 21 times, which probably isn't terrible if you're a fullback. But I just think it says everything about us as a club and a team that we have a centre back playing right back and he's trying to get up and down the field. I think that's huge. Big chances missed, one shot on target, but obviously he did give the penalty away, and I just thought it was. I just didn't think he had a particularly good game at all. I know it's not necessarily his fault. I do think it's like a square peg round hole situation. And he has done all right. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's done all right. But I just look at the makeup of the team and just think, and I know we haven't. Well, maybe we have. I mean, Patterson and Seamus are there, and obviously they've got different stages of the career, obviously. But I just thought today was where Ben Godfrey would come out, and I thought the manager would at least take him off, but he's probably found himself another favourite that he likes. So Ben Godfrey at 5. On the other side for Tani Michalenko, again, this lad's consistent defensively, although defensively he hasn't really done anything today. Ground duels 2, lost both. Aerial duels 1, lost both. Lost possession 15 times, touches 59% for 77% pass accuracy. again, show your heat map there. Not the way they played and the way they counter-attacked. They didn't have to sit back that much, so don't know if that always favours them. But obviously, he got into their half, but there wasn't lots for him to do in their half. Again, I don't think he wasn't terrible, but I just don't think he did anything. And I think I could say that quite a lot about Mykolenko, is that I just don't think he does that much, certainly going forward. I think he's defended really well this season, but to have an actual effect on the game, I think you have to do stuff in the other half of the pitch. So, Mykolenko, I would give a 6. James Tarkowski, I thought, probably had his poorest game for a while today. He obviously gave the first penalty away, and it was such a soft penalty to give away. It really was. Just not dealing with the Garnacho just moving his feet quick, and it's moments like that really cost you. They really do. His ground duels, he only won 1 out of 6 ground duels today. He did win 5 out of 8 aerial duels, but ground duels, that's poor. That really is poor for a centre-back. 1 box shot, 2 interceptions, 66 touches, 94% pass accuracy. But I thought he was poor today. I did, really poor. And again, show his heat map here. It shows how they played on the counter attack. That he's so high up the pitch. It wasn't a backs to the wall game for us at all. And maybe that's what got him. Maybe that's what's had the effect on him today, is having to deal with players running over the top. I didn't think he had a particularly good game at all. And the penalty was I thought the penalty was really, really poor. Yeah. I just don't think you should be getting yourself isolated like that, one-on-one, in that position, and then just to swing a leg at it. Yeah, I thought that was really poor by Tarkowski. So again, I would give him a 5.9 for today's performance. Jared Brandtwaite, I think there was a couple of moments again, I shouldn't say again, a couple of moments where could have done better, but just fleeting moments. 4 out of 4 ground duels won, 1 out of 2 aerial duels won, and that's, that shows you Brandtwaite's the guy for the ground duels, and Tarkowski's the man for the aerial duels. Again, just no issues at all from him. Just played the game, very cool, very calm, lovely on the ball, doesn't panic. Bit fortunate to get away with maybe a penalty when it was offside towards the end. Maybe he knew, but 65 touches, 79% pass accuracy. Steady game from him. I'll show you the heat map there. Again, going towards the halfway line, and because again they played such a high line. But I watch him, and we all watch him, and I think he's just cool and calm, isn't he? And he's not someone who gets fazed by these games at all. I thought he played quite well today. So I would give Jared Brandtwaite a 7 for today's performance. Moving into midfield, Amadou Onana picking up that booking. I thought early on cost him. I think it cost him, because certainly for the second penalty he couldn't touch Garnacho as he was running into the box because he'd already picked up that booking. It was a stupid booking to pick up, and I think it was a stupid foul to give away, and I did think that affected some of his how he played today. I don't think you can maybe risk some of those tackles or some of those challenges. 6 out of 10 ground duels won, 1 out of 1 aerial duels won, touches 60, 89% pass accuracy, 3 key passes, steady on the ball. Again, not easy. not easy for a player like him to create opportunities in a team like that. 5 out of 7 long balls completed. Had an alright game, wasn't amazing. As I said, I think the way he plays in that number 6, he's never going to stand out. I think people are waiting for him to stand out and have these mad, unbelievable games. It's not what he's supposed to do on the pitch. He's supposed to get the ball and give the ball and get the ball back and create a rhythm. But if he doesn't get it back because players can't pass them, then it's difficult. So his numbers are all quite good, but as I said, I think it's that booking that's cost him. Picking up, it was a stupid booking, but as I said, 3 key passes, which is a good number. Just show you, that's his heat map right there. So you can see nice red splodges all, on the left, towards the right, and in the centre of the pitch, which is what you'd expect from a centre midfielder. So I would give Onana a 6.9 for today's performance. James Garner next to him. Similar, really. Similar, just again, he's another player who doesn't have loads of dynamism, just keeps it nice and simple. 49 touches, 94% pass accuracy, 3 key passes. 1 out of 2 ground duels, one aerial duel, not one. Again, another one who doesn't set pulses racing, because he doesn't do anything, because he's not an attacking midfielder. He doesn't burst forward with the ball. He's a nice and simple player who tries to keep things ticking over. But that's the problem, is that there's no real Garner really should be playing as a 6. And that's the problem in that midfield, is that you've got 2 players who are probably both 6s, and it doesn't give you any dynamism. It's the makeup of the squad. And sometimes it works if teams are coming onto you, but in a counter-attacking game, I don't think it necessarily works. Onana is the better of the 2 and has got a higher ceiling of the 2. But you need someone who takes the ball off an Onana, or someone takes the ball off a Garner and it's got some dynamism about them. And we just don't have that play, because the next play is Decore, and he doesn't have any of that. He's just someone who plays as a second striker or gets involved to break things up. So it's really difficult. You want them to do something, and that's not their skill set at all. And as we're desperately in need of someone in midfield who can break the lines, who can pick up the ball. And I know Baz often goes on about Ross Barkley, but he is like the type of player we need. Someone who picks up the ball, gets their head up and starts running into the spaces. We just don't have that in the team at all. The nearest one we have is Dwight McNeil, and he's obviously on the left-hand side. We just don't have that centre midfielder. And it makes it really difficult. So James Garner, I would say, a 6.5 for today's performance. Abdoulaye Doucouré. I mean, his heat map it's all in there half, but there's no real intensity, as you can see. Couple of opportunities, I think he had one at the back post, didn't he? And as you can see there, one at the back post, and he's again, not really caught fire since he come back at all. Played an hour, 26 touches, again, final third, not getting on the ball, 71% pass accuracy, ground duels 1 out of 4. He's not particularly great on ground duels any game. Didn't really do anything today. 1 key pass, shots on target 1, shots blocked 1. again, didn't really do anything. Just he's just there or thereabouts, but he just hasn't caught fire since he come back from his injury, and that's a real problem because obviously it's like the last time we won is the night he got injured against Burnley, and it feels like he's not really got back, and he's not got back to where he was. So you almost feel like you are still playing without him. Not a particularly good game. Not a particularly good game from him today. So Abdoulaye Doucouré 5.3 for today's performance. Jack Harrison, yeah, didn't do loads. One good tackle in the first half to stop Marcus Rashford breaking, but that's not what he's on the pitch for. 27 touches, key passes 1, crosses 2, only 1 was accurate. Shots on target, none. Shots off target, 1. Not enough. Again, not enough. We play with 2 slow wingers, and just don't do enough for me at all. Neither of them do. Neither of them do enough. You can see his heat map there. He's not even getting into the final third that much. He's not getting her in and around the box. He's not got in the box at all. Again, it's just not enough for me. Just him and McNeil, they just don't do enough for me. They really don't. They don't create enough. They're so frustrating. They really are. It's hard to watch at times. It really is from both of them. So Jack Harrison, I would give a 5.2. McNeil on the other side, quite a few shots, to be honest. I think he had like 5 shots. He was probably shots off target, shots on target none, shots off target 2, shots blocked 3. No one's hitting the target. 70 touches, 85% pass accuracy. Key passes 6. So in many ways, he's probably our most important player today. But 3 out of 7 ground duels, 1 out of 1 aerial duels won. All the shots, I'll just show you the shots. They're all in basically the same area, just on that left hand side outside the box. He hasn't hit the target once. That's poor, that. There's his heat map there. You can see the heat map correlates with the shots. It's all in the same area. Picking the ball up in that inside left channel there, and he's not hit the target once. Again, I think we pat people on the back for having the shots rather than where they go. I think the XG on our shots today was 0.06, which is, they're not good opportunities. But you've got to hit the target. You've got to strike the target for me. And he hasn't. And I think that's poor. That's poor. His all-round game wasn't terrible, but you've got to hit the target. So Dwight McNeil, I would give a 6 for today. Beto, again, listen, I've said it for weeks. The centre forward in this team just gets absolutely isolated, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. 61 minutes he played, and he had 24 touches, 94% pass accuracy, so that's really good. Key passes 1, but no shots on target, no shots off target, and blocked. And I will stay consistent on this. People have moaned about Dominic Calvert-Lewin and said it's got to be Beto. It's got to be Beto in the side. And what you've seen there today is exactly the same as what Dominic Calvert-Lewin has had to put up with for months. Is as a centre forward in this team, you get completely isolated. Absolutely isolated in this team. You look at his, you can see his heat map there. There's not much red in the box at all. A couple of yellow areas, but the centre forwards in this team get isolated. It's as simple as that. And you're an idiot. And I have no issue saying that. You're an idiot if you can't see that. That it's how we get the ball to the centre forwards. You know, they both mightn't be the best centre forwards in the world, but they get no opportunities. They get no opportunities at all. No one creates chances for them in this team. The way it's set up does not create chances. And Beto has seen that today. And again, that's just a fact. That's the fact of this team. Can centre forwards do better when they're in the team? Yes, absolutely, 100%. But how many chances and how many opportunities on the ball do they have? 24 touches. Imagine playing for an hour and only getting 24 touches. That's, you know, obviously top level centre forwards don't need many touches, but these are not top level centre forwards. But that's just what it is. That is who they are. That's why they play for Everton. So, yeah, unfortunate. Beto had the goal today. Unfortunate. I give him 6.7 for today's performance. The subs. Obviously, we made a triple sub on just around the hour. Gomez came on. Jake Gomez came on for the Core. 25 touches, 75% pass accuracy. One shot on target. Had the free kick, but he wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. There's his heat map there. So plenty of yellow in there half. Again, it's just a case of what they allowed us to do, what they actually do. They didn't mind us having the ball because it meant they could play higher up. So he wasn't terrible by any means, but ground duels won 2 out of 3. No aerial duels. So I'll give Andre Gomez a 6. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Again, why not play both of them? Why not give both of them an opportunity to play up front when you're 2-0 down? I mean, what's all that about? Just show you the heat map there when he came on. Again, not much yellow in their box. Shots on target 1. Only had 7 touches. Our 2 centre forwards in 90 minutes have had 31 touches. 31 between them. That's appalling. That's appalling service. Appalling service. Should have done better. Switched off. Had an opportunity, and the one that fell to Dobbin. Switched off maybe for a second. Was looking the other way. Dobbin puts it across the goal, and he switched off for it. Probably should have done better on that one. But again, 7 touches in 30 minutes. I say it every week. We do not make our centre forwards chances. So, and they are at the level of centre forwards that they need a few chances. Beto showed that last week. 3 chances, his 3rd chance he scored off it. But most strikers will need multiple opportunities. But 7 touches. What can you do with that? What can you do with that as a forward unless you are absolute top level, which they're not. They're not top level, but they're who we've got. Dom I would give a 5.8. Just again didn't have enough touches. And Lewis Dobbin as well came on at the half an hour to go. Touches 14. Key passes 1. Won 1 of his 4 ground duels. Done well for that one, like I just said, pulled back, but No real influence on the game for for being on the pitch for half an hour, there was had no real influence on the game whatsoever. Because we're so poor. We're so poor in the final third. We really are. It's this heat map there. Put himself about a bit, got all around the pitch, but just no influence on the game, and that's sadly how where we are as a team. So the manager apparently said that there's no more players, there's no more production line in the academy. It's dried up. And sadly with Dobbin, when we've watched him, he just doesn't do enough. He just doesn't get himself into game. I know he hasn't had much game time, but obviously that'll be part of it, won't he? So I would give him a 5.7 for today. Ashley Young, he was on the pitch for 15 minutes. 14 touches, 89% pass accuracy. I don't know why we're bringing him on, but we did. A 6. Again, game was dead and buried because even at 2-0, with it being 2-0, we haven't shown anything. And Schmidt came on with 2 minutes to go. I don't see what the point is personally. 2 minutes, 2 touches, 100% pass accuracy. Well done. What's the point? What's the point bringing him on for 2 minutes when you're 2-0 down? I mean, what is the point? Absolutely no point at all. No point at all. Just show you the average positions of the team. You can see they played on the counter attack massively. You can see that by how high we are. As a defensive unit, but look at our front three. Decore, Dwight McNeil, basically in the same position. No width on the left, no width on the right. Beto, 30 yards from goal is his average position. That says it all, doesn't it? That really does says it all. Says it all. Absolutely no width on either side. No, we've got wingers apparently, and there's zero width in our team, and that tells you why we aren't creating, because there's no width to create. And then there's the core plays basically as a centre forward. So Onana and James Garner are standing next to each other, and that's what I said before about them two playing basically in the same position. So who creates the goals in that team when you look at that setup? Who creates? There's nothing there to create. No width. And I'll just show you the... There's the subs. Dom a little bit further forward. Chimiti. Dobbin playing through the centre. Where's the width? Ashley Young is actually the only player today who's played high up as a winger. Gomez playing a little bit further forward than Garner was. But where's the width in the team? Look how narrow that team is. Average position. Fullbacks aren't anywhere. That's the key problem. That we say we're playing with wingers, but we're not really playing with wingers. So, there you go. Anyway, do me a favour, download the SofaScore app for me if you wouldn't mind. It's a great tool, absolutely brilliant tool. To look at some of the stats, as you can see, there's some of the stats there from the game. You can see the XG 1.48 from us. Nearly at 50% of possession. So if you could download that app, that would really, really help us out. There you go. Nice one for watching. I know it's a chore. We'll be back on Monday to the final word on Toffee TV Premier. We'll also be live on YouTube at 1. So do me a favour, catch us on them. And I'll see you later. Catch Baz's video as well. See you later.